I want to talk to you about how to monetize a community and why you should in the first place. I mean, if you have a community, you got to really think about monetization because otherwise, how are you going to sustain that community, right? It's all about sustainability. It's all about scalability. So here are the general considerations you need to really think about. I want to first talk to you about why you need to monetize your community in the first place. I mean, because hosting is a lot of work. I mean, at the most basic level, you should monetize your community because what you're doing is actually work. I mean, bringing people together around a shared interest is no small task, and you should be compensated for it in the first place. You also have to think about stable revenue. In other words, you want to stabilize in the income. Online communities are a business in their own right, and a host who monetize can unlock predictable revenue, which is amazing for any brand or creator. You also want to have an opportunity to build your brand. So communities built around brands create loyalty and connection, but they also boost revenue and retention in the first place. And you got to have that. I mean, you got to have this sort of this profitability loop, okay? And also, what I want to say here is that you are able to get results. I mean, the bottom line is it's not a cliche. Basically, our investigations show that people value what they pay for. So paying members are engaged, and engaged members get results. And that's what you want. You want results. You want a certain accountability loop in the end. Also, another reason why you want to monetize your community is to provide products and services that people need. And monetization is not just about you. Remember, your customers look for physical and digital products and services from brands and creators they trust in the first place. You also want to monetize a community to boost engagement. So engagement on social media is pitiful. Paid communities can be amazing for engagement and set you free from fighting algorithms, the YouTube algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, the Instagram, and what have you. Also, you want to monetize your community because you want to get more privacy and security. By having a monetized online community separate from platforms like Facebook, you will allow your members to come into your community fresh without distractions. And that's what you want. You want them to be focused. You want them to be engaged, and you want them to be dedicated to the cause you are espousing within your community. I want to talk to you about the steps you need to take right now to monetize a community. And the thing is that when you actually take time to figure out how to monetize your community, you'll realize that there are many different approaches you can take. And again, we are analyzing this from a standpoint of cash inflows and cash outflows. And if you want to actually set the strong foundation for a thriving community, you got to really think about, number one, you want to sell paid memberships. I mean, everything starts with that. The ka-ching, 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 the money, okay? There is no question. Communities are paid memberships, powerhouses. You can create special offers, private groups, or mega forums, all behind a paywall that people pay to actually join. And so we have actually seen, based on our research, that the average membership fee goes from $35 all the way to $75, depending on the value that the community members actually attach to the membership. Okay, so if you were to look at, let's say for instance, the average membership fee on a platform is $40. That means what? That means 10 members, you're looking at what? 400. 100 members, you're looking at 4,000, and 1,000 members, you are looking at what? $40,000. So you can see why membership sites alone can be incredibly lucrative and can work as a great side hustle or a multi-million-dollar business. So creating a membership site actually helps you move beyond trying to get a following and lets you build a business around belonging. Right? People have to have that sense of belonging. And you can mix memberships with any other goodies below. But there is a reason why memberships are tried and true. They are the tried and true method for monetizing anything from a service business to an audience, right? This is really important, especially if you are thinking about the sustainability. So there are advantages to memberships. You can create a monthly recurring revenue business. It's incredibly scalable. It doesn't take much more work to serve actually 10,000 members than 100, and growth makes the community more valuable with a network effect. Each new member brings new ideas and shares their experience and creates content. So that's the first thing. The first thing you want to sell paid memberships. Number two, you want to offer live courses. So communities and courses are a bit like peanut butter and jelly. They are good together, and communities create a sort of natural learning environment that helps learners transform. And the course creates a structured learning path. So that's kind of cool. You want to really establish that reality there. And the advantages to live courses that are that you can charge a premium for the live experience and sell a recording after. You can test the concept with a pre-sale and try something else if it doesn't have traction. The student get accountability and encouragement, plus learn from other members, and you can adapt the material as you go to fit what members need to actually learn. When we talk about monetize a community, you can also offer pre-recorded courses. Okay, creating an online course that's pre-recorded is still a great option too. Pre-recorded, and that's actually asynchronous courses work well. When you put a community next to a pre-recorded course, you get an environment already in which students can learn alongside others and be part of a conversation. And you want to have this collaborative environment there. Okay, and so there are some advantages to pre-recorded courses. This can be more flexible for learners on a tight schedule. It can be just as effective learning experience for motivated learners, and you can sell it again and again and again and again and again as many times as you want. And so when we talk about live versus pre-recorded courses, if you want a quick guide to figuring out if a live, aka synchronous, or a pre-recorded, aka asynchronous course is best for your student, here is a quick chart as a guide. So factor, are your students self-directed and autonomous? If yes, try asynchronous. If no, try synchronous. Does your material ever change? If yes, try synchronous. If no, try asynchronous. We will put this on the screen. Do your students require live feedback and support? If yes, try synchronous. If not, try asynchronous. And do your students have limitations in joining through a live session, either because of a learning style or a lifestyle? If yes, try asynchronous. If no, try synchronous. And will the students need to workshop ideas, have discussions, or work together? If yes, try asynchronous. If no, try synchronous. We're going to put this on the screen so you have a clear idea what I'm speaking about. This is really important. And one thing I want to say here is that the bottom line here is that you are able to get exactly what you want, and you want to get it as soon as possible. Next, you want to sell a product. If you want to actually monetize a community, you want to sell a product. Take a look around and you will see that a brand communities of all shapes and sizes monetize with products. Okay, let me break it down for you. So like basically you have Nike Runners community, an app that's shoes, Lego brand community, Lego, QuickBooks user community, bookkeeping software. And the advantages to selling products, the community becomes a flywheel for selling products. The community manages customer service as users answer one another's question and help each other master the product and find a good community and product fit, and each will drive the other. Product will drive community memberships and memberships will drive sales. So that's kind of cool. Next, you want to host virtual events. If you want to monetize a community, hosting regular virtual events is another great way to do so. If you don't want to charge for a membership fee to your community, then holding virtual events on different topics is a great way to monetize your community or charge membership fees and upsell events. And you could invite guest speakers, provide live coaching events, hold networking sessions, build a yearly conference or a quarterly or biannual conference. It really depends. So, or you can choose from a ton of other great virtual event ideas that we have. Just let us know. We'll give you ideas. There are advantages to virtual events. You can capitalize on the energy and excitement of a time-bound event. People can take part from almost anywhere on their phones or computers. You can scale attendees without needing facilities. Next, you want to host live events. So virtual events are cool, but so are live events. Bringing your community together for live events create the kind of energy that's unrivaled. I mean, you want to have that sort of a camaraderie. People love an excuse to attend a great event. Make it an exotic location, and it's even better. And with the right planning, you can use a recurring high-ticket live event to build your whole community business. And there are advantages of live events. Let me just walk you through a few of them. You can create amazing experience that people keep coming back for it, right? It's all about establishing that recurrence, that regularity, that constants that you want to have, and you want to really attach it to your business as a whole. Also, you can charge a premium for a high ticket experience. So basically, you can generate additional cash inflows through that high ticket experience, and members feed off the live energy. I mean, a pre-recorded energy is kind of cool. A pre-recorded event, rather, is kind of cool. But as we say here, a pre-recorded event actually feeds off when it comes to pre-recorded energy. But if you have a live event, you're gonna have live energy, and live energy, there's nothing that could actually match that. So this is something you want to really think about over and over and over. Next, you want to mint social tokens. So while it's sort of like a membership, creating community or social tokens is another way to monetize your community, and that's really important. I mean, a community token is a method of blockchain membership or blockchain ownership that actually monetizes with token gating instead of a membership payment. And token gating a community means that members have to purchase a community token for ownership. Now, they can treat that token like an asset, potentially reselling it for a profit if the value of the community grows. And the community host could also take a cut of a resale if you want. Now, there are some advantages of token gating. So you have potentially higher upfront revenue with the token cost. This could mean lower recurring revenue. So you got to really ask yourself, are you interested in having higher cash inflows at the beginning and lower cash inflows at the end, or vice versa? And members can resell a token potentially for a profit if demand for a membership grows around the community. Another thing you can also do with to monetize the community is actually one-on-one coaching. This is really a powerful avenue for revenue also. There are several great service businesses that work to monetize the community, and we are going to talk about coaching first. So coaching lets you work closely with community members to help them reach specific goals. For example, in business or fitness, or even life coaching when it comes to, or even executive coaching, right? So a membership in a community can be included in a coaching package. And there are advantages to coaching. Members can work one-on-one with a coach, but make friends and find encouragement and accountability in the community. So that's kind of cool in terms of encouragement. Coaching is usually actually a value add above and beyond a community membership, so letting you earn more for a member. So that's a great opportunity there. You can also try group coaching. If you want to monetize a community, group coaching can be really interesting too. I mean, a group coaching program can take community members through a journey of transformation together, centered around group sessions. So here we are speaking about instilling a layer of accountability, but also a layer of camaraderie across, let's say, among the members. Members get great conversation, encouragement, accountability, and friendship, all while going through a transformation that matters to them. And group coaching software should really focus on community building anyway, right? Now, there are some advantages of group coaching. You can scale your impact by helping more people at once. Group members feed off each other and often see better results from group coaching. And it fits really well with the community, right? So group coaching, community. And you also have masterminds. Masterminds are another avenue, if you will, to monetize your community. Masterminds groups are similar to group coaching, but while group coaching centers on a coach who has the expertise, in a mastermind group, the leader facilitates a conversation of equals. And successful mastermind groups work best with a facilitator, not a coach, a facilitator, since the learning experience is about the group members sharing their observations, questions, and experiences. Which means what? It means that for masterminds, you want to have folks who have acumen, folks who have expertise in a specific domain. Okay, what are the advantages of a mastermind group? Let's talk about that. Well, the thing is that you can actually charge a premium for a high ticket experience, because folks who are coming to a mastermind group, they really value the connection, they really value the experience of other mastermind group members. And it may not take much preparation on your part, but it will take great facilitating skills. In other words, you got to have diplomatic skills. You got to have human relationships skills. You got to have interpersonal skills to be able to facilitate member discussions within a mastermind group. And it's really easy for members to get value from the sessions. Why? Because basically a mastermind is actually a group of equals, right? So you know that nobody's going to come that's actually lower than you. They can actually come and you can actually learn right like real fast. And this is kind of cool. And not only in the short run, but also in the long run. So that's really fantastic. Also, another way to monetize a community is actually consulting. So starting a consulting business off the back of a community makes a lot of sense, right? Because you already have the revenue, you already have the base, you already have the client base. A consultant can use a community to offer value and connect people together. It's also a positioning strategy, helping members see that you are the right person to solve a problem. Because see, the thing is that whenever you start a consulting business from scratch, you have to answer questions, you have to solve pain points, and you have to actually counter the people natural hesitation, right? And but if you go through a community, that's really partially solved, and that means there is a good chance that your community members will hire you when the time comes. And there are advantages of a consulting business. You have high margins. You are bringing your expertise and your time, and you can actually charge a lot for that. And a community mixed with consulting opens the possibility for productized services in which you mix consulting with a product. And this could be, for instance, a course. You also have an app. So what about creating an app for your community? You can monetize the app with any of the strategies that I mentioned a little earlier. The members are getting a premium experience, right? So that's kind of cool. And what you want to do here is that you want to really have the ability to monetize it right off the bat. And if you want, let me give you the advantages when it comes to having an app. For instance, you are able to create a high ticket offer or a membership and get it under your own brand in the App Store and Google Play Store. And the members get a more premium experience, okay? Plus push notifications and easier access. And that's kind of cool because being a part of a community is actually the same thing here. You want to actually feel part of a family, and it doesn't matter if the community is actually across several countries or several demographics. The whole idea here is that people in a community, members of a community, have to feel that you are adding value to their lives and that you are actually accompanying them in this transformative journey. Either you are with them, the community is with them, or also other members also accompany them. So this is not a lonely journey, so to speak. Another way to monetize a community is actually through a physical business. So while it's not the go-to for a lot of communities, this is an area that's ripe for monetization. For example, every gym, dance studio, martial arts studio, or art studio that meets in a physical space can benefit from a digital community around their brand. So instead of thinking global, why not think local? What about setting up a local business and using your community to boost it and grow engagement, right? So what are the advantages here when it comes to a physical business? Well, you don't need to compete with the world. You can focus on building a great local business. Your virtual community can also meet IRL and build relationships. And there is actually a great sort of level of symbiosis between the community and the local business. You can also have newsletters. So having a regular subscription business can create recurring revenue. And if you love to write and share ideas, a newsletter might be just a ticket, okay? And you can create a newsletter and charge for it, making community membership one of the perks. And what are the advantages of creating a newsletter? Well, you can share ideas and expertise, and hopefully your love for writing. Your ideas are in subscribers' inboxes, and newsletters get read. They actually get read depending on how catchy they are. It's really easy to mix a newsletter and community with the right software. You also have gifts. So you can monetize a community with gifts or a pay what you can approach. It might mean a little less revenue, but it could be a way to grow income for the work you love. Now, there aren't many communities that this model is right for. For most, it's better to sell a membership. Remember, people value what they pay for. So the advantages of when it comes to gifts, Basically, lets member pay for what they can afford and signal their support with goodwill donations. So, what are the closing arguments here? In today's conversation, I'll share with you how to monetize a community. So, I give you the general considerations, and I finally give you a few hacks, a few ideas about how to really monetize a community. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.